former President Donald Trump complained that Fox News was not censoring ads from the Harris campaign while on Fox News.
In the old days, you never played negative ads. In other words, when I leave here, I'll then be hit by 5 or 6 ads. And in the old days, you never had Ian
Fox
Sams.
News.
Yeah. Well, in the old days. But in the old days, which wasn't a... when I leave, I'll have 12 people from Kamala on, and, you know, pretty much unopposed. For 19 days, I don't think we should do that anymore. I think you shouldn't play negative ads. It's very tough. You do a show, and I complain all the time about it. I love complaining. I love complaining. I like to have everything perfect. But when I leave here, I'll have 200 people from...
Because they buy time on Fox.
And, you know, by the time you do it, you say, what are you doing? It's sort of a net, net neutral. Well, we'll see what happens.
I love complaining. I love to complain. Yeah, I know. We all know. That's all you do is complain. But now, speaking of complaining, this was just one day after he publicly complained to Fox News CEO Suzanne Scott on Truth Social for daring to give airtime to left-leaning commentators. He said this, quote, "Why does Suzanne Scott of Fox News keep putting on third-rate talking heads like Jessica Tarloff, Richard Fowler, Patrick Murphy, Something Wolf, Keisha Lance Bottoms, and other radical left lunatics that lie and make up statements with Fox rarely having any counter to their storytelling? It is so bad for winning the most important election in the history of our country. Likewise, not a moment goes by when I'm not looking at negative, false ads that the other camp stuffs the Fox airwaves with. If I win, and I hope for the country's sake that I do, and this radical left moron, Kamala, doesn't get a chance to run the country, it is despite Fox, not because of them." Oh, okay, well. Whiny bitch. Okay. Does he not realize that you can buy ads on networks? And that the network doesn't have to actually agree with the ads. I mean, look, obviously I'm on YouTube, okay? That's where you're watching this, most likely. Okay, unless you're on Facebook. There will be ads that will run with this video that I don't agree with. Lots of them, probably. And hey, I don't control that, okay? And it's much the same, I think, with the people on the curvy couch, all right? They're not doing the ads, okay? They're not the ones that are showing the Kamala ads, all right? Unless, of course, they do show them and critique them, which is something that a lot of us talking heads, we like to do. Other than that, though, why are you complaining to them? Okay? I don't even think Suzanne Scott has anything to do with it. I think it has to do with the marketing people, selling ad space. It's like a whole business thing, right? You would think a supposed businessman who's a politician now would understand how ad buys work. Again, and here I'm seeing all sorts of ads all the time against Kamala Harris, okay? Or for Mike Rogers, where I live, and it's like, okay, yeah, it's campaign season. Who cares? Okay, yeah, a lot of the ads are crap. Yes, sure. Now, as for the people that do commentary on Fox News, did you know that some of them were liberal? Oh my God, they're liberal commentators. How dare they? So, it's not. And here's the thing, though. They're not radical left lunatics or whatever. They're pretty standard libs, okay? I'm to the left of them on a lot of different issues, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The thing is, when it comes to Trump, everyone who's a Democrat is a radical leftist to Trump because he doesn't know what words mean, okay? And, by the way, he doesn't believe in free speech, okay, or the First Amendment. Now, that said, this isn't actually a free speech issue, right? Well, I mean, for the most part, when it comes to ads, the government is, and it would be a free speech issue if the government was telling people, certain networks not to run ads from the opposing candidate. Oh, wait, Trump is trying to run for president. It could be a free speech issue, right? Could be. But here's the thing, though. He is telling Fox News to do censorship because he doesn't like it when they play negative ads or have liberals on their network for their own hosts to spar with. I mean, that's what you would hire if you're Fox News, a liberal, to have your people fight with them and to have, you would think, the liberal lose. Okay. Again, Fox News has done that for a very, very long time. Okay. That said, unlike CNN, which, by the way, hires conservatives so the conservatives could win. Okay. But anyway, it kind of sounds like Trump wants an echo chamber and doesn't want to be challenged at all and doesn't even want to see any ads that are critical of him, which you would think actually that would be kind of smart because then you could see the arguments that they were going with and then you can counter those arguments. But again, that's strategy. And he's not very strategic. Okay. But it's funny, though. I remember when the right wing was like, the left wants censorship. They want cancel culture. How dare they? We're for free speech. But wait, you're out here calling for cancel culture. You're out here talking about how you want to do censorship. Okay. All right. And by the way, the Trump campaign, shockingly, has done censorship. Trump's campaign colluded with Elon Musk's X platform to try to hide the J.D. Vance dossier. In fact, his campaign had asked X to stop links to a story containing the hacked dossier from circulating before X chose to block them, according to a report in the New York Times. X cited rules on posting unredacted private personal information as its justification for suspending reporter Ken Klippenstein, who first published the dossier in his Substack. Okay. Now, of course, we find out that's a BS excuse. Okay. Because there wasn't any personal information that you couldn't find from public records. So there you go. As vice president, okay, or vice presidential candidate. And so after Musk was called out, he ended up having to personally reinstate Ken Klippenstein's account on Twitter or X. And so, oops. You know, it's funny, though. See, Musk, during this whole Hunter Biden laptop thing, remember that? Which nobody talks about. Nobody talks about Hunter Biden anymore, which is really, really, really funny because for the longest time, when Biden was running, and only when Biden was running, they were obsessed with Hunter Biden, everything, everywhere, the laptop, Hunter Biden. Now that Kamala's running, oops, Hunter Biden, what happened? What happened? Nobody cares. Because, of course, right? It was all political. But anyway, during that whole laptop thing, Musk said that what had happened, and this was Twitter at the time, taking down links and stuff, he said that it was a violation of the First Amendment. Oh no. He then ceded internal documents related to the decision to turn to have certain journalists report on this, which revealed personal information of people in that process. Oops. Would you look at that? Well, so much for Trump and Elon Musk being beacons of free speech. Of course they're not. Oh, and being against censorship, because it turns out when Donald Trump asks X to censor something, they're going to 100% do it. It doesn't matter because Elon Musk is personally invested in having Donald Trump win. And by invested, I mean with lots of money, millions of dollars. Okay? So, yeah, kind of important, right? It just shows you, once again, when it comes to the right wing, Trump and Musk, every new accusation is a confession. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.